Good afternoon, folks. It's good to be here. I hope you all are having a wonderful day, as am I. It's a beautiful day on my hand here in Monrovia, and I wanted to speak to you all on a number of who all like my hat. You want some? All right, I'm Henry Pedro Costa, and it's a beautiful thing to be here with you this afternoon. So as you all know, we begin to talk really when we hit 2,000 views. So I'm going to wait until we've hit 2,000 views. It's a lovely day. It's good to be alive. David, what's the one way? ALP for we are, man. Yeah, go check. Go check for that one. ALP for we are. I just wanted to wear that particular one, you know. Yesterday, the president gave us tons of caps. One of which is so I could wear one new one every day for the next 14 days. Good afternoon. We're almost at 1,000 views. Thank you very much. I prefer this one. Okay, I'll go. Okay, I'll stick with this one. Good. Well, we're going to be talking about a lot of things today. We're going to be talking about our beautiful ceremony we had yesterday, endorsing the president for his second term. And we're now at 1,000 views in under 2 minutes, 1,100. And so lovely, wonderful, 1,200, about to hit 1,300. So we have been relayed on a number of radio stations across the country. I mean that in the literal sense. Currently, we have Joseph Sokokone here from Love FM and been relayed on Shaita, Love and Shaita FM. The microphone is literally lying right before me here. And we've been relayed on Freedom FM, Bana FM, Strong FM, Voice of Liberia, ABC Radio, and tons. Grand Crew, we've been relayed on radio stations in Grand Crew. We are 1,700 views and a host of other radio stations across the country. I think well over 10 radio stations, 1,800 views now, relaying us across the country to just hear what we have to say. Insignificant us. We're now at 1,900 views. And you know, before I came on here, I had to get hyped a little. And there was a song, there's a song I like. It's not a new song, it's an old song. It's actually been around. It's by Kanye West featuring some white dude. It's called I Wonder. You should check that song out. It's a good hype song. It hypes you up. You should check it out. Yes! So yes, let me get a number 2 sign, folks. All of you voting for George Weah to give him his second term, let me get the number 2 sign. Yeah, you see, the 2 stands for second, for 2 terms. 2, yeah, 2, yeah. Let's get a 2 sign. Yeah. Well, they had 2 terms in their government, and so it is only fair that Mr. Weah gets 2 terms as well. 2 for 2. Tit for tat. Oh, pieces of Francis Power. You say you like the hat. I'm going to make sure I will send one to you there in Norway, beautiful Norway. So my brother and fellow partisan Lafayette Good celebrates his birthday today. Councillor Lafayette Good. Brother Good, I want to say happy birthday to you. You're a good man. I salute you. The bookman can say, I doff off my hat to you, my friend. You are a good man and a loyal partisan and a loyal friend. Happy birthday to you. I wish you many happy returns of your birthday. 2,700 views now. So we'll start talking shortly. Folks, we have a number of things we want to talk about here, and which is why I have called you here to talk to you today. Number one, I want to begin by congratulating the All Liberian Party particularly the National Executive Committee, the majority of them, for the decision they took in the interest of our party and in the interest of the country to endorse President George Manuel Weah. This is a decision we never foresaw. We did not imagine that we would ultimately arrive at this juncture where we would consider endorsing President Weah, but ultimately circumstances inspired that decision. I want to thank our political leader, Honorable Dr. Benana Wilfred Ure, for his leadership and his steadfastness in bringing us to this point. I want to thank, in a very particular way, my dear, darling, beloved sister, Talia Ure, for leading on organizing yesterday's monumentally successful event to endorse President Weah. I want to also point out that President Weah, you had me having fuzzy feelings on the inside yesterday when you did something very moving, profoundly touching and moving. When you called up Talia on the stage, on the platform, and you hugged her, I could have cried. In fact, I was fighting back the tears. I'm a very sentimental, very emotional guy, just so you all know. I may seem tough, yeah, roaring like a lion, but I'm also a very sentimental guy. 3,400 views and climbing. Yes. All right, good. So yesterday's event was beautiful. The first major political gathering since the runoff was officially declared open. And I just want to say something to you, Seditians, and to all the folks there, and all the love from all our ALP people who came out there. Thousands of them, yesterday, we packed that headquarters, our headquarters yesterday, to do that ceremony that we did yesterday. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming out. I want to thank you for believing in us, believing in our leadership, believing in our decision that this is right for the country, for coming out and standing with us to do what we did yesterday, which we believe is in the best interest of the country. And because you trust in us, you stood with us. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. And I say this speaking for our party, speaking for our political leader, speaking for the leadership of the All-Liberian Party. Now, folks, we've got lots and lots of important things to discuss with you today, to talk about. And I wanted to be able to show you some evidence of some of the things that we want to talk about. We're about to hit 4,000 views, and in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, before I reach to 10, we're going to hit 4,000 views, and then we are climbing. Folks, what do I want to say today? Why have I called you here? For a number of reasons, one of which, as I said, I began with, is to just thank you all for the beautiful show and beautiful ceremony we had yesterday. Our party, 4,000 views now and climbing. Our party did not endorse President Weah because we believe that his first term was, that he waved the magic wand and there were bridges and roads. We did not believe, we did not do so because we believe that everything he set out to do, he did in the first term. That's not why. We did that because we believe, like any man, he deserves to have a second chance to continue to build upon that which he's done, that which he's doing, and that which he wants to do, and to make amends for that which should have been done differently, for the mistakes that were made that can, and I believe will and ought to be corrected. Those were the fundamental reasons why we were moved to make the decisions the decision we made, which was culminated in the form of a beautiful, splendid, wondrous event yesterday at the headquarters of the All-Liberian Party. 4,500 views and climbing. Well, folks, I just want to say this. God, who made us, the Alpha and the Omega. For those of you who do not know what those Latin words mean, the beginning and the end. There's only one thing God wants from us. One quintessential reason why God made man. God made man in his own image so that man may worship him. So that man may sing praises to him. They say when praises go up, blessings come down. I'm sure, my dear beloved brothers and sisters of the beautiful Islamic religion, I'm sure there is also a similar passage there talking about God seeking glory and praises from those whom he made in his own likeness and his own image. And so God, being a God who wants us to praise him and worship him and sing glory unto him so that more blessings may come down. And we are made in his image. And so as such, we too, when we do good, when we help you, when we lift you up, when we pick you up from the gutter, in a very literal sense, we expect that you too, we too deserve to be thanked and appreciated and honored for that which we did. We entered into a marriage with you in a unity party, a political marriage. We discounted, we completely ignored our own political interest, and we followed you. We resurrected you, as it were. And there is nobody in the unity party that can argue with a straight face that we in the All-Liberian Party, an extension of which is the Costa show, that we did not invest in resuscitating your then moribund, dead political career. We did that because we believed you were treated badly by Ellen. But later we will come to find out that you are the one who really treated Ellen badly. Joe Boakai is not a good human being. I will show you some evidence of that today. Hardcore, indisputable, irrefutable evidence of the ingratitude, the inherent and patent ingratitude of the man called Joe Boakai. No reason why, no wonder why Ellen chose to not support this man. He is prejudiced. He has a bitter black heart. He hates people. He keeps grudges. He's a malicious, devious, cunning, pretentious, appearing to be benign and all humble. And all of that is a facade. But beneath the facade is an evil, hateful, prejudiced, wicked old man. Ungrateful to the core. He is the walking human epitome of ingratitude. I called you Rescue One. Do you think I really believe that at 80 years old you would be able to rescue this country? We embellished it. You know, when you are a sales representative, when you are a salesperson, you're selling a commodity or a product, your job is to embellish that product. They say, "Fanting woman can say or fish or bone ratting." Did you think I knew? Or did you think I mistook you for a rescuer? An old man who belongs to the dustbin of our history with a cake views, a man who cannot even operate a laptop computer? No, we settled. We made a compromise on you. That's what we did. We settled. We compromised. And we believed you were a good man, and we were sympathetic towards you. We in the All-Liberian Party. And after we sold you and touted you about and projected you as though you could rescue this country, and we called you Rescue One. How could you rescue the country when you could not even rescue your own finances? 12 years as vice president, we had to be begging for money all over the place, raising money to sustain you. What contacts did you establish as vice president? What? It shows today. Everyone can see your campaign. It's a dysfunctional juggernaut led by people who have bought into this hype which we created, hype which we are sucking the life out of now. We will suck the life out of you. Knock the wind out of your sail. The wind we put in your sail, we'll take it back. How dare you call us insignificant when you were in political nobody after 2017 and we resurrected that dead political carcass of yours, and you show us ingratitude and wickedness. Where are our falling out with George Weah? We did. Fundamental. The issues about which we disagree with George Weah are still issues that we're concerned about. But we're not here to give you power so that you turn it over to Jeremiah Kun and Prince Johnson. Jeremiah Kun is a Liberian citizen. If he wishes to run for president, it is his right to run for president. But to hide behind you, he and his warlord, his mass murdering, lunatical, deranged, unstable warlord godfather. We're not going to give the country to a warlord. Everybody used Prince Johnson in this country. Ellen used him to come to power. George Weah used him too. But neither Ellen nor Weah brought Prince Johnson this close as you, Joe Boakai, have brought him. It's a very, the thing in itself, the proximity which Prince Johnson now has to a major presidential candidate is one that is unnerving, disturbing, unfathomable, and unacceptable. This man is an unrepentant, remorseless, dangerous warlord. He is on tips upon tips, expressing the influence that he wields over you. He handpicked your running mate. You think that doesn't scare us? You think that doesn't scare our international partners with whom we've spoken? They prefer George Weah continuing in power than having you, Joe Boakai, bring close to the presidency a warlord in Prince Johnson. The Americans are concerned. So are the Europeans and all of our international partners. ECOWAS. They know the antecedents, the history of Prince Johnson. And you Unity Party people speak of integrity. This same Prince Johnson was calling Joe Boakai a battery total. Calling Joe Boakai names. And Jeremiah Kun was on radio saying that Joe Boakai's brain is going downhill. And soon, like his own father, Joe Boakai would be needing to wear Pampers. And yet, you are in bed with these people. And how dare you question us about integrity when the people with whom you work are people you once pretended to despise. But today, they are your darling boys. How dare you? You have Alex Janikai Tyler, the infamous, notorious corruption King Kong, as a political ally of yours. And yet you question our integrity? How dare you? And I see these buggers and these ungrateful people talking about we're supporting Weah because we're paid. When we supported your broke self, Joe Boakai, and raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for you over the years to sustain you. Did you pay us? When I terminated my $60,000, my $40,000 a year contract with Daniel Cassell for doing basically nothing but posting a few things. Did you pay me for terminating my $40,000 a year contract with Daniel Cassell? Did you pay me? I supported you for years. What did you pay us? We supported you financially, we sustained you, and we use our gift to resuscitate what was a dead political career. And now, because we no longer support you because of the way you behave to us, and you dare question our integrity. Do you have integrity, you Joe Boakai, and your people? When you sat there in Kirisburg on that fateful day, Wednesday, April 26, 2023, 2 days shy of your announcement, and you told us that you were prepared to dance with the devil, Prince Johnson, just to get power, and you call us desperate and greedy. An 80-year-old man who should be sitting at home and looking after his grandkids, and yet you want to be president. How dare you say we are the ones who are desperate? You are 80 years old. You worked 42 years in government, have nothing to show for it. And yet you sit there and you say, we are the desperate ones. Should an 80-year-old man be running for president? Shouldn't you have groomed someone to put forward, endorse, and bless, and support so that they succeed you? Folks, today, this is just the premise. I will go into details and show you pieces of evidence to show you how this man was a beneficiary of our largesse, our generosity over the years. We use our contacts and our influence to raise money, to sponsor, to finance, to feed Joseph Boakai, literally, in a literal sense. If this man was vice president for 12 years and could barely take care of himself, how would he be able to take care of the country? That is the whole idea. The quintessential point we're trying to make is that you couldn't take care of yourself all these years after serving as vice president. How would you be able to take care of yourself? Fellow Liberians, George Mane Weah is not a saint. Nobody is saying he's a saint. The legitimate disagreements and criticisms which we vehemently projected and made of him, we're not coming here and telling you overnight George Weah has had a Paul to Saul moment or a Saul to Paul moment. No, we're simply telling you when Boakai and Elling were president and vice president, many bad things happened in this country. Yet Liberians gave the both of them a second term in office. Boakai was vice president when Harry Greaves, one of Liberia's brightest minds, was murdered in this country on a clearly questionable, unacceptably questionable circumstances. What did Joe Boakai say? Absolutely nothing. Boakai was vice president in this country when NOCAL, the National Oil Company of Liberia, under Robert Salif's leadership, was bankrupted. And Ellen Johnson Sirleaf came forward and said, I take responsibility, as if that should absolve her son of the wrong he committed and the violation of our laws and the corruption and the depletion of NOCAL. Joseph Boakai was vice president. What did Joseph Boakai say? Was he a rescuer then? Joseph Boakai was vice president and concomitantly president of the Liberian Senate when 66 bad concessions were signed, some of which under his leadership in the Senate. What did Joseph Boakai do as vice president and president of the Senate? He did absolutely nothing. He was not a rescuer then. He only became a rescuer when he sought power for himself. Joseph Yuma Boakai was vice president when a private lawyer, Michael Allison, was brutally murdered in this country. What did Joseph Boakai say? Absolutely nothing. Joseph Boakai was vice president in 2014 when Henry Costa's radio station, when Henry Costa was arrested on Trump-up charges brought against him by the president's son, Fumba Sirleaf. What did Joe Boakai say? Absolutely nothing. He sat there collecting, sleeping, eating his $2.5 million budget. Joseph Boakai was vice president when I was sent to jail yet again in 2015 on bogus charges. Joseph Boakai was vice president when my radio station was shut down in 2015. What did Joseph Boakai say? Absolutely nothing. And you dare talk about wanting to rescue the country? And you pick a corrupt lawmaker in Jeremiah Kung, who was in the ruling party, and overnight he capitulated and came to our side and gave you a little bit of money, and all of a sudden Jeremiah Kung becomes a rescuer. When I hear that bugger use the word rescue the country, it can be just I want to put that nasty slap in your ear. All you people who are supporting these people, you knew you were just as critical of Jeremiah Kung as you were of every other corrupt lawmaker there is. You were critical of him yesterday, but today you sing praises to him simply because he is your number 2 guy on the ticket. What does that say about you? You want to tell me about integrity? I don't have integrity. Do you have integrity when you support Prince Johnson today? When you sing praises to him because he's on your side? When he was on George Weah's side yesterday, he was a warlord. When he was on George Weah's side, you wanted the war crimes court. Today, he's on your side. You do not want the war crimes court because he's on your side. The only difference is that he's on your side. When they are against you today, they are bad. When they are for you, they are good. When I was for you, I was a hero. When I'm against you today, I'm a bad man. What says that about you? You are inherently and patently hypocritical. And that is why I do not listen to what you have to say. Should Jeremiah Kuhn be the man that you be touting about behind a sick 80-year-old man whom I took to the hospital, paid his medical bill, and doctor said he needs a surgery, and he's talking about he wants to take power, get inaugurated, leave Kuhn in power, and then go to do surgery? Only God knows whether he's going to return. You want to talk about integrity? Didn't you all call Alex Tyler corruption King Kong? Do you not find yourself comfortable with him today? Do you not find yourself calling him a rescue hero? General Boakai, one of the most terrible warlords this country has ever known. Today he calls himself proudly rescue soldier. And I see you all under his post. And when he goes public and does interviews, I see you praising him. Boakai, this man who confessed out of his own mouth that he slaughtered, maimed, murdered, raped, disemboweled Liberian citizens in their thousands. Today you sing his praises. How dare you talk to me about integrity? You bunch of hypocritical, self-seeking beggars. You talk down to George Weah. We all did that. I'm guilty of that. In fact, I led the charge. But do you think Joe Boakai is any better than George Weah? He isn't. George Weah has done more or did more for the country as a private citizen playing football, making millions, than Joe Boakai ever did in his life. He's been a leech on this government, on the Liberian government for 40-something years. How dare you preach integrity to people when you work with warlords and murderers? When Joe Boakai picks a rogue, he told me he would never pick Jeremiah Kuhn as his running mate because Kuhn is a rogue. Today Kuhn is his running mate. He went to Harrisburg and told us that he's prepared to dance with the devil just to come to power. And you call me desperate? I am 41 years old. He's 80 years old. He's in the twilight of his life. He's desperate to become president. You think I'll take this country and give it to him so that he gives it to Prince Johnson, a lunatical, deranged, murderous, unrepentant warlord? How dare you? And to you Silesians, I speak to you. We were allies in the struggle when Boakai and Ellen were in power and enjoying. We fell off when you came to power and I was critical of the things you did that were bad. But we are back together. I want to tell you, when they tell you that Weah is bad, tell them Joe Boakai was with Ellen and they were stealing and looting and destroying the country and people were being murdered and citizens back concessions were being signed. They have absolutely nothing to tell you because they were bad in this country. How dare you? What moral rectitude? You lack the moral turpitude to lecture us about integrity. With a desperate 80-year-old man who is sick, whom I took to the hospital in America, paid his medical bill, and the doctor said, you need a triple bypass surgery, and he decided he will come and run for president. He put power, greed for power over his own life. Irresponsible, reckless individual. If you cannot fight to preserve and save your own life, how should we trust you to give you our country? Silesians, fight them ruthlessly, maliciously. Deal with them. They don't deserve. This country doesn't belong to them alone. This country does not belong to one group of people with their nasty, inherently wicked, condescending sense of entitlement. How dare they think that they alone deserve to be in power? Who are they? Are you not Liberians? They had 2 terms. They even cheated. We are in 2 elections. We accepted. I was in CDC on November 7th. Joseph Boakai and Ellen government to November 7th, 2011. They sent police officers, shot and killed citizens. I was there. Did we make trouble in this town? You want to threaten our country? An 80-year-old man who has lived his life and has nothing to show for it, threatening that if he's not president, the country will end. How dare you? The arrogance of an 80-year-old man who's lived a non-productive life. How dare you? You're no damn Messiah. George Weah is not a saint. He's not a Messiah. There's no Messiah in these elections, but frail, mortal, flawed man. How dare you try to equate yourself to a Messiah? Who made you a savior? Talking about our country, my country will come to an end if you do not become president. How dare you? How dare you? What makes you so entitled? Yesterday I saw you going to Ellen and presenting flowers to her on her birthday, her 85th birthday. Look at you, Joe. What a fake man you are. The horrible things you told me about Ellen. You even told me that it is because of you that Ellen won the election in 2005. When you yourself, you told me you were on the checkerboard, you were playing checkers. When Willis Knockers reached out to you and said Ellen wanted to make you her running mate, and you suddenly take credit for Ellen becoming president, this sense of entitlement. You're talking about my political future is over. The first round I kept quiet. I said nothing. I kept quiet. I said no, I would not bother. CDC wanted us to support them. We said no, we will stay quiet. We will not get involved. We were quiet, but you would not leave us. You were threatening us, threatening the end of our future, threatening at the end of our political career. Who are you? You provoked our wrath, and you shall suffer it. For the next 2 weeks, I dress that devil. Now, I may not have enough time to completely disrobe the devil, but I will tear the devil clothes off and check the marks of the devil's face, so that all may see you for what a desperate, greedy, ill, and incapable old man you are, with a black, evil heart. To the Congo people, you better not vote for Joe Boakai. He hates you all with a disdain. I don't know what Congo people did to this man. He went to CWA, which was populated with Congo people back in the day when he went there, but he hates Congo people. In 2017, Ellen wanted him to pick Charles Bromsky. He said, he told me, he said, Henry, can you imagine? She wanted me to pick a Congo. I mean, he used to talk to me in a very disdainful and hateful, malicious way about Congo people. I said to say, he didn't care that I myself have Congo and Liberian lineage. She wanted me to give power to Congo people. How? Go pick Bromsky. Ellen said, go and consider Finlay. He said, no. Finlay, the Congo man too. You hate Congo people with a passion. But yet, when Ben and I, you, a Congo man, were giving you a damn money, you were eating it. You didn't care that he was Congo. You like Congo people money, but you hate Congo people. So you Congo people, you should go vote for this man. He hates you with a passion. That's why he rejected Bromsky in 2017. He rejected Finlay in 2017. He rejected Ellis Cummings. He never one day asked Cummings to be his running mate, because he says Cummings is a Congo man. His entire surrounding, bunch of Lofans. The most influential people to him are Kisi people. He's a tribalist. Joseph Boakai belongs in the dungeons. He's a man of antiquity, old man from back in the day. His mindset, his thinking, his behavior. Now, I want to move on to other things here, and I'll come back to Joe Boakai later. So yesterday, people reached out to me about a gentleman who appeared on Spoon Talk yesterday and said he's my cousin. I want to clarify. The guy who was on Spoon Talk. I'm not going to call his name because he doesn't deserve to be given that recognition on this very massive platform with 7,000 people watching and tens of thousands listening via radio across this country. I'm not going to give him that. He says he's my cousin. He's not my cousin by consanguinity. He's my cousin by affinity. His mother, his late mother, and my late mother were good friends. And it's sad that that gentleman will go on radio and try to present and project himself as an authority on Henry Costa. He knows so much about Henry Costa. That bugger is not my cousin by blood. Because if he were, he would not have done what he did yesterday, trying to make himself look good to Joe Boakai and his people. That gentleman is a cigar-smoking buddy of Jake Kabakoli, the inherently depraved, crooked nephew of Joe Boakai. They smoke cigars together. He never liked Joe Boakai. When we used to be selling Joe Boakai and raising money for Joe Boakai, that gentleman who calls himself my cousin used to tell me, "Cause, why are you wasting your time on this old man? You yourself should prepare yourself to run for president." But today I see this cousin of mine, this quote-unquote cousin of mine, on radio, on Facebook, attacking me for a man he did not believe in, a man he did not support. Because my cousin, quote-unquote cousin, believes that when Joe Boakai, if Joe Boakai becomes president, which God forbid will not happen, he and his buddy, his crooked buddy, Chick, will do deals. And he will bring in investors and he will make money. So just so you know, folks, my cousin is in it all for himself. Even though he would have you believe that I am in it for myself, but he's the one who's actually in it for himself. This cousin of mine, when I established my radio station back in 2014, Voice FM, I made him the radio man, the general manager. And I'm not going to go into detail, but I had to fire him. I was constrained, forced to fire him. I summoned a board meeting when I realized that there were a lot of financial inconsistencies. I fired him. This cousin of mine, just so you know, I fired him. That's all there is to say about that cousin of mine. All right, we're going to move on to something else. So Stanton Weatherspoon. Stanton. Oh, Stanton. Look, let me say this to you. Stanton is a friend. I cannot speak of Joe Boakai's ingratitude and on the other hand demonstrate ingratitude myself. It would be inherently hypocritical of me and contradictory, something which I repel. Stanton Weatherspoon. When all of us believed Stanton to be a legitimate businessman, doing a legitimate business and earning his money the hard way, Stanton befriended me. And I was proud of Stanton at the time, believing him to be an honest, hardworking businessman. And Stanton was one of 10 regular donors I had to support Joe Boakai. Hold on, I'm about to show you some evidence. Stanton Weatherspoon was one of 10 regular donors. This is the part where I show you evidence. Hello? This is the part where I show you hardcore evidence. You see, I never named any of the people who contributed to sustain Joe Boakai over the years since 2020. I've been raising money to sustain him. But Stanton decided to speak publicly to it. At the time, as you all may be aware, Stanton Weatherspoon was a big CDC man. He never liked Joe Boakai. Prepare for the evidence. I'm about to show you the evidence of everything I say. I'm not going to show you screenshots. I'm going to show you much more than that. One day in 2020, I had a conversation with Joe Boakai. I said, I think you should consider running again for president. We have to replace this George Weah man. And Joe Boakai said to me, Henry, I cannot. I said, why? I said, why can't you? He said, because Henry, I'm suffering. To even take care of myself is a problem. I said, what? He said, yes. I said, he said, I can't even afford to sustain myself. How could I be able to say I'm running again for president? I'm about to close shortly, folks. We got to save a lot for later. And so when Joe Boakai said that, I said, no, but then we must do something about this. And then I said, I'm going to go and raise money for you to sustain you so that you are able to come back to run for office. Not knowing how much trouble I was looking for. So I cultivated a number of donors. Stanton Weatherspoon was one of the donors. He was one of the donors. When I went to Stanton, I had 10 regular donors that provided money for Joe Boakai. Joseph Boakai had a monthly allowance of $3,000 coming from me every month from the United States. Apart from all the other requests for this, requests for that, requests for this, requests for that, fixed $3,000 that I got from donors. Never one day did I tell you it was my money. I was raising that money from people Joseph Boakai never had any relationship with. I went to Stanton. I said, Stanton, I'm soliciting financial support for this old man because I want him to come back to run against Weah. The first thing Stanton said, but Weah is my man. I'm supporting Weah. Why should I give you any money to help Joseph Boakai? I said, but Stanton, you're doing it for me. And besides that, you may have an interest if Boakai wins. Listen to this. Oh, let me tell you what Stanton's interest was. Stanton said to me, I mean, what you can offer me if Boakai wins, even though I don't like the old man. Excuse my language, folks. Excuse my language. I have to say this, but excuse my language. We're on radio. So please, Stanton said in his words, why do you like that fucker pape? And I said, don't talk like that. You all know Stanton was on the radio at that time attacking Joseph Boakai viciously. He said, why you let that fucker pape? Excuse my language, folks. I said, Stanton, that old man is good. It's a good old man. So that's my man. That pape, in 2017, I sent 50,000 US for him through Jake Kabakoli, his nephew, for campaign. That pape never picked up the phone to call me to say thank you. 50,000 US as a campaign contribution. I said, Stanton, he never called you? I said, no, man, maybe the pape didn't know. I'm making excuses for Joe Boakai. I went to Joe Boakai. I said, look, I have talked to Stanton to be one of the people to contribute to help sustain you so that you can come back into politics. Because Joe Boakai told me, I cannot come back into politics if I cannot sustain myself. So if you can find the money to sustain me, I will come back. So I told him, I said, Stanton said he sent you 50,000 in 2017 through Jake. Joe Boakai said, Jake never gave me 50,000. Jacob Kabakoli ate and stole the 50,000 Stanton provided in 2017. So Stanton felt that Joe Boakai never called him to say thank you for 50,000 he sent that never reached to Joe Boakai. Wow. So I said, Stanton, forget that 50G, my man. I have some other donors. Join me, let me take care of the papi. Stanton started helping. Stanton was one of the biggest donors I cultivated. I had 10 donors. Stanton was one of the biggest donors we had for years, beginning 2020. I will not lie. Stanton, Joseph Boakai and Stanton were not even talking. Stanton was on his show attacking Joseph Boakai, saying all those things, but yet I was able to convince Stanton to help Joseph Boakai. One day, on May 6, 2022, May 5th, 2022, yeah, it did. On the 3rd of May, Joseph Boakai sent me a message. Stanton Weatherspoon had gone on his show that day and said some pretty nasty things about Joe Boakai. And Joseph Boakai was told that Stanton was cussing him. And so he sent me a message, which I'm about to show you now. I'm not showing you a screenshot. Prepare to read the message for yourselves. And so Joe Boakai told me, Henry, I know Stanton is one of the people that have been helping me through you. But tell Stanton, because of how he disrespects me, I no longer want any money from him through you. The other people can continue to help me through you, but I don't want money. I'm going to show you the message right. Stanton used to insult Joe Boakai. I will go to the and say, Stanton, you're helping this old man. But stop cursing him. Stop attacking him. Stop denigrating him. And Stanton will just laugh about it. And so I'm about to show you the message, folks, that Joe Boakai sent to me. On that day, May 3rd, I was in Minnesota. I had gone for a wedding. Joe Boakai said, I don't want money again from Stanton, even though I'm suffering. But let money stay because Stanton been disrespecting me. This is the message, folks. I'm going to turn the camera the other way so that I can show you the message. What do you see here, folks? If you can read the message, let me know you can read the message. That's May 3rd, 2022. I'm going to read it for those who are on radio. Joseph Boakai wrote me at 8:49 p.m. Liberian time. Henry, and I read the message. While I'd appreciate what our man is doing, our man is Stanton now, he's talking about, I abhor, that means I detest, I am against, I abhor his condescending remarks reported to me or reported to by those who are on Facebook. I am prepared to forgo his benevolence for my respect. Please comment, Uncle. My boy, you read the message? This is a message. You see here? That chat between me and Joe Boakai. And I show you a screenshot. You see the message scrolling? I'm scrolling. 7,500 people are watching. Joseph Boakai told me, read the message, folks. And I want money from Stanton again. Just because he's helping me now, he might not be cursing me. Then the second message here is what Joe Boakai sent to Stanton. I will read it. Hi, Stanton. Thanks for all that you have done and meant to me. However, I do not take lightly your constant disrespect to me on your shows. Please know that I will no longer need your favors under these conditions. Remember, I believe in God's purpose for Liberia through me. God bless you. JNB. My people, you see it? And you see it? So, when Joseph Boakai wrote the message, my reply to him, he forwarded that message to me, the message he sent to Stanton. I replied, I said, very good. Then I called him the next day after I talked to Stanton. I said, Stanton, what are you doing that right? So when I forwarded the message, Stanton wrote me this reply on May 6th. This is what he sent to Joe Boakai to apologize. He forwarded this message. He sent a message to Joe Boakai to apologize for insulting the old man. On May 6, 2022. Let me read it. Mr. Vice President, greetings. With the utmost respect and regard I have for you, I will never ever disrespect you. I see you not only as a former vice president for our country, for our nation, but a fatherly figure to me and so many Liberians. Though I may not like the dealings of some of those individuals around you, he was referring to Jake and others, of whom I always disagree with, but I hold you in high esteem. You are a good man and a God-sent person. What we share and will continue to share between us is secret, and I will always cherish it. You see it? Then he signed it. What you need there? Stanton. You see it? And then Joe Boakai wrote me. He said, he did. I mean, I told Joe Boakai, this is what Stanton just wrote to me, that he forwarded to me, that he sent to you. Joe Boakai said, he did. That's the message I sent you. You see it? You see it? You see it? My people, you see it? This is me and Joseph Boakai. This is me and Joseph Boakai. I'm going to show you something else. Since they say I'm lying, I never used to help Joseph Boakai. That people then used to get Joseph Boakai money. This is another way, a chat between me and Joseph Boakai. I will show you. And they don't want chose to go this route. I will show you. 7,600 people watching. When I was going to Liberia to register to vote, I sent Joseph Boakai $5,000 of my own money. This is it right here. I will show you. March 27, 2023. Read the message. Let me read it for you. Good evening, Uncle. I just wired $5,000 to Elwood for you. He will receive it tomorrow. I hope to bring something when I travel home this weekend. Stay blessed. Let me read his response to you. Henry, Elwood informed me of the surprise transfer today. I am most grateful, and this is from the bottom of my heart. My people, what is 5,000? Let me zoom it. What do you see there? You see it? Wells Fargo Bank,
You see that? You see that, my people? Yeah. 5,000 US. Then I went further. I said, I also send money for your people. For all his people. I send money for them, including the Jacob Kabakoli, all those people. You see here? This is a send wave. 1,500. This is Jacob Kabakoli, 1,000 US. This is Ashford Peel, 500 US. This is Elwin, all of them. These are the people that are saying I never did anything for them. These are the people, folks. So, Stanton Weatherspoon backed up the wrong tree. For years, I was financially supporting Joe Boakai, raising money up and down for him. 90% of the money I gave Joe Boakai, I raised from other people. 10% was my own money. I was helping this man. Not one day did Joseph Boakai, not only him, his son Jojo, his wife, and all those people. For years, I was doing that. And I was not doing it because I wanted something from him. I was doing it because I thought he was a good man. You see that? So, fellow Liberians, I want to say this to you. You have to be careful and grateful to people who do so much for you. When you want to go public and tell people that this and that and all that kind of stuff, it is wrong to do that. You do not do that. Mr. Ure, for example, who will never come and tell you what he's done for Joe Boakai, but then they say, I never did anything for him, so I decided to come tell him, to tell you all, and send him making it look like he gave me all the money for Joe Boakai. He was just one of 10 donors I had for Joseph Boakai. Let me tell you something, another thing Joe Boakai used to do. Joseph Boakai would ask me for money. When I send him money, he will go use the money for different things. I want to show you a classic example of that. He will say, give me money to go do this, and you will send the money, and he will go do something completely different with it. COVID time, for example, during the COVID period, I sent Joseph Boakai $10,000 for him to go and do COVID donations. Joseph Boakai told the $10,000 US, never did a COVID donation and ate the $10,000. I want to show you the bank transfer statement. Yeah. I have proof. For years, I was supporting this man, raising money left and right. He never sent me to anybody to raise money. He did not know these people. Many of these people didn't even like Joseph Boakai. They were doing it because of me. Hold on. I'm going to show you again. This is what, for those of you in America, you know Wells Fargo Bank. Whose name here? Henry Costa. What's the date? How much you see here? You see the amount? $10,000 I sent to this man for COVID. For him to go do COVID donations. You know what Joe Boakai did? Joe Boakai ate the $10,000 and he said, Mr. Ure is the one who brought a few bags of rice for his help put in the pickup, and they went to a few hospitals and donated them. He's a corrupt old man. When I sent the $60,000 that Stanton claims he gave me, Stanton made a handsome contribution to the $60,000. The entire $60,000 did not come from Stanton. I can go on and show you proof, evidence upon evidence of how much money I raised for Joseph Boakai to sustain him over the years. As far back as 2020. You all know some of them. The transformer in his yard, $2,500. I raised money to buy that. When George Weah said in 2005, and George Weah went already and talked about it because of his ingratitude to George Weah, I raised the 2005 and gave it to Joe Boakai to send it back to George Weah. What did Joe Boakai do with the 2005? He ate the 2005 and now sent it to George Weah. So please, we got plenty, but we'll stop here today. Men can talk all in one day. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye. Vote for George Weah. Second term. Joseph Boakai is no messiah. He worked with Ellen for 12 years. Bad things happen in the country. He not thought nothing. He was sitting there with a 2.5 million budget. After he left, he got broke. That Peking Lemi were looking for money around to sustain him. Peking Lemi. Then today, you won't open your mouth to talk nyama nyama. I dare you to open your mouth again. I will show more proof of how I financially sustain you by begging people for money all over the world to sustain you. Open your mouth again. I will come back for you. Vote for number 2. 2 means 2 terms. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.